Hi, my name is Gudrun from GA Designs, and welcome to our Happy Friday show. Hi, everybody. It's Friday. Thank you for being with us. Happy Friday. Let's make it a really happy Friday, everybody. Thank you. Whether you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, make sure to say hi in the comments and state your name. Introduce yourself to your friends, new friends. Tell us where you're tuning in from. It's really fun to see. And if you're new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're on YouTube. And also on Facebook, make sure to like our page and hit those notifications on, because then you will always be notified whenever we go live. Oh yeah, Mr. HP is with us, of course, running the show behind the scenes. He does the magic. He makes me sound good, makes me look good, makes me feel good.
How's it sound today, everybody? How's it sound?
Check
Yay! 1, 2. How you doing?
So, of course, every Friday we started off with a little fun drink, and it's martini month. So martinis are known to be just a little more potent. So you only have one, maybe two. This is a perfect one to have kind of on a Friday, leave work early or something, and you go, instead of your midday cup of coffee, why not have a cappuccino martini? Cappuccino martini, fairly simple. Just some vodka. You can, if you have either vanilla vodka or coffee flavored vodka, you can include that. Some Baileys, a little Kahlua, which is a coffee liqueur, which you can also use any other coffee liqueur. You can also use any other Irish cream type of a drink. And then I put just a little bit of half and half, or I personally use a plant-based creamer. It's an oat creamer, and it's delicious. Shave a little chocolate on the top. Now this one, even though it's a cappuccino martini, you taste that hint of coffee. Now neither of us are coffee drinkers, so you can go lesser on the Baileys and higher on the Kahlua if you want more coffee. You can also add a little, if you have a little cold coffee, cold brew, rest of your coffee, you can put a little more coffee in there if you like more coffee flavor. So there it is. Cheers, everybody. And if you want to make this non-alcoholic, simple, iced cappuccino. Yee! Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
It is yummy. Yours is almost gone already. It's
30 minutes ago.
Well,
trying
sorry.
To savor it.
Yes, you're trying to drink slow. Drink slow. It is strong. It doesn't taste strong, but it is strong. So we got to pace ourselves. But also we have, of course, a word of the day for you from Mr. HP, from his dictionary. And this one, I made you do this one because, let me tell you the backstory. We were watching the Super Bowl, and you got excited about some move somebody made, and you said, what'd you say?
He juked him.
He juked him.
Juked him. Fast
and
movement.
I'm like, what do you mean? What are you talking? I've never heard this word. Juk.
Juk. Like when you're really fast and you take him out.
Okay. It's like a
him.
fake move.
Fake.
Can you use it for anything other than sports? Like, can I juke you by faking you out on something?
Yeah. Kobe jukes us.
Yeah, he does.
But then you have close words like juk joint.
Yeah, that's spelled different though. Yeah.
But
I had never heard this word. Have you heard this word before?
Juk 'em.
Juk? To like fake them?
Take them out.
I don't know. Juk. Let's
That's
see. Love the word. Never heard juk either. Oh, some people have. Faking you out. All right.
Look in the dictionary. It's in the dictionary. Juk 'em. Fast movement.
I never heard it. Now I'm going to be juking you all day. I'll be juking you all day long. All right, on our set today, I included one of my newer versions of Zoe. This one is made with our Dandelion Wishes bundle, and it's one of the layouts that are in the book, but the coloration is just really unique because I used just the fabrics from the bundle, and they are, I believe, 5 kind of cream ivory fabrics and then 5 kind of blackish, and then there's 2 golds in there. So I took out the golds and just cut my fabrics, the light and dark, and then I swapped out the 3-inch square from the dark with a gold one. So that's how you get all of those gold half square triangles. And then I used just scraps to make just a single scrappy border, and it just makes for a really modern quilt. The layout is super unique because it's just one color, and we posted this quilt on our social media yesterday, and the response has been kind of crazy. Everybody loves it because it doesn't look like any other Zoe, does it? So that's just how much I love the Zoe quilt, the pattern. It's so versatile. You can play with the coloration, and then you can play with the layouts and just come up with your own really unique version. So I don't know. This is Zoe number, how many have I made now? A lot. I think I need to give Zoe a break, although
4 or
I
5,
absolutely love her
6,
because
7.
of this reason. The other one on the side is Venus. Venus, I put her up, and I always have these kind of flashbacks because when I put the originals up, this is the original quilt from the front of the pattern. I get these kind of flashbacks to the time when I was making it. I remember exactly, what time of year, where I was, kind of glimpses where we photographed it. And it just made me remember, I need to make another Venus. It's fun. It's a fun quilt to make. So it's fun for me to dig in my quilt closet and come and bring you these quilts. Oh yeah, Aurora is behind you. That's another. You know what comes to mind when I see this quilt? I mean, this is obviously one of the major quilts in the Quilts of Iceland book, the Aurora quilt. Very popular. I've taught it so many times. So that's what hits my mind when I see that. All of the classes that I've taught Aurora all over the world. I mean, I've been Alaska, Canada. I've taught this everywhere. And so those are the moments that enter my brain when I have my students. We kind of play with at the end of class, lay all our blocks out. So that's what comes to mind. Yeah, you're getting into my head a little bit. A little glimpse of what happens when I see a quilt.
Flashbacks.
Flashbacks. All right, let's kick off this beautiful day with our Friday popular segment, Show and Tell. So these are some of your wonderful quilts that you have shared, and I'm going to start with this amazing quilt by Janet. This is her version of Nova. Isn't that cool? Nova is very simple, but such a cool block. You can really play with the layouts, and look how she played with the coloration of the blocks. This is so cool. It just looks like a totally different pattern. So great job, Janet. Then we have Jane. This is Thor's hammer. What an awesome version. So Thor's hammer is in my Quilts of Iceland book. She changed it up a little bit, needed to make it wider, so she added little hammers on the side. I love her little version of the, there's a block that goes between the block and sashing, and she said she made a mistake and then liked it and left it. So I love the effect that does, that little 9 patch in the middle. So she reversed the color on the 9 patch, which is awesome. Judy made this amazing Stella. Stella is probably one of the quickest quilts you will ever make, 10-inch squares, and just always a stunning result. So that's one of my favorites, and I don't know if this is flannel. It kind of looks like flannel, but it looks super yummy and great. Good job. Next up, we have a Helena quilt, just a 2-color Helena quilt. This is made by Glenna. Awesome job. Just looks so different. Like I said, looks so different when it's done in different colors. And here we have a twofer. I love to feature that. These are Jane's. I don't know if it's the same Jane, but these are Jane's. And this is Crisscross Double Toss and Kimberly. So check it out because it's made from the same bundle. Took one bundle, made Kimberly with a 10-inch squares, and then cut 2.5-inch strips and 1.5-inch strips from the rest, and made the Crisscross Double Toss. Just need to add background and this beautiful main fabric. Awesome job. Then we have Judy's Strip Lash. Love this version. This is a single pattern made with 2.5-inch strips and beautiful colors. I love the soft pink and aqua together. So awesome job on this one. Next up is a gigantic Trixie made by Carol. I believe this was a wedding present or some kind of present because these are the recipients, I think, holding it up. What a gorgeous quilt to top a bed. This is going to really cover a bed. Yeah, it's probably king size. I love it, though. There's something about a big quilt that is just so awesome. Not so awesome sometimes wrangling it, but it's so awesome when it comes together and is on a bed. Then we have Yvonne's Harmony. Beautiful job. I love these are the original colors that I did mine in. I love the simplicity. It looks super modern this way. And look at all that snow. Look at all that snow. Then we have Sandy's Athena quilt. This is a baby crib size Athena. Love it. I love just the little dark green in there. Adds so much interest and makes it just kind of look a little bit different than regular Athenas do. So beautiful job on this one. And last but not least, this is Teen Spirit by Deb. And I really love the colors in this. This is just such a striking visual quilt, masculine and modern. And so using fabrics like this that don't really scream at you just makes such a great statement. Ties it all together. Beautiful colorway, calming. I just want to go cuddle under this. This looks very yummy, cuddly quilt. Yummy. Thank you, everybody. Beautiful job. I always love seeing your quilts. So keep sharing them in Gudrun's Quilt Crew, our group on Facebook, our community. Such an amazing community. So keep them coming. We'll keep sharing them. We really appreciate it. All right, so I have some updates for you, some exciting updates. Our retreat, our Stripology virtual retreat, which takes place in March, we just closed registration on Tuesday, unfortunately, and we also closed our scholarship application process, and we have a lot of great applications, which was hard to weed through. But I have to explain to you, and I love this, this is what we are all about. You know, all of GE Designs, all of our employees, we're a whole team. So the decision, all of these nominees are very, very worthy. And so it's impossible to pick 5. We have 5 scholarships to give out. And it's impossible. So what we do, we let everybody in the company read through them and pick their top 5. So it's a very democratic process at GE Designs. So really, honestly, majority rules. So the top 5 that all of our staff combined pick, we get our voices heard too. Unless there's a tie, which I tend to break, the top 5 will receive the scholarships. And we have made our choices. And so we'll be reaching out to 5 people today, later today, via email, just to make sure that, you know, you're able to do it and all of that. And so if that all works out, we will go forward with that. And we also have some people on backups if somebody that falls through is not able to do it. But we're excited about it. And, you know, out of privacy concerns, we are not going to announce the names. We're going to leave it up to the recipients to, if they want to do that. But we are very excited. We're going to make 5 people, hopefully, very, very happy today.
That's exciting.
It's very exciting.
How long do they have to answer to the email?
Oh, we'll give them the weekend. We understand.
That's
it's
all?
Friday. We'll give them the weekend. We'll nudge them back on Monday.
Your email this weekend, folks. Watch your email. We
will send a copy of the email to the person that nominated them, so they can maybe contact them if they were chosen. So there's a way to let them go. So I just think that's a really awesome process, and it's not a monopoly. We don't even put the names. We just read the descriptions. So I love it. I'm so excited. It's just so exciting.
I'm so excited. Oh my God.
I'm so excited for the retreat. We have been kind of putting our last touches on all the things that go into the boxes. The fabrics are all, if they're not cut already, they're being cut. And it's such a fun time. It's such a fun time. All right, yeah, I've been working on the recipes and all that stuff.
I've been practicing my yoga moves.
Yep, and your bingo calling.
And my bingo calling.
Yes. Yeah, so very exciting. So if you nominated somebody, check your emails. Check your emails later today. All right, so I wanted to mention our first One Yard Wednesday show premiered this week. Miss Colleen is going to have our weekly One Yard Wednesday show, which is our version of a weekly special. So she will present 1 yards that we have on special that week, dropped on prices. And this was such a hit. It's a quick show, but we might add a little tutorials, tips here and there to it. And she did such a good job. She is so phenomenal, such a great personality that really shone through. So our special this week was Whispers. This is a basics line that we've had. Beautiful neutrals. So anything from whites to creams to light grays. And so they are all found on our website still on the special. So I just wanted to show you where the easiest way, if you missed the live, because it is actually quick and it's early in the morning for some of you, you just go to our website, hit that shop button where the arrow points, and then you'll get our options there for the shopping. And on the far right bottom, you'll see 1 Yard Wednesday. Once you click that link, you'll go straight to the page, and we will add a link to the show right at the top. So you don't have to go on Facebook or YouTube to look for that show. Right after it airs, we will update that and have the link right there. And then the fabrics that are available still from that. It is, of course, first come, first serve. We have different quantities of things. So that will be right at the bottom below that button to watch the show. So it's all in the same place. And I love it. So those of you that saw the show, what did you think? Wasn't it awesome? And then Andrea made some really great visuals to put the fabrics on the screen. So it was really a great show. They did awesome. So we're super proud and excited for next week's 1 Yard Wednesday. It's going to be a great addition to our content. We're providing you so much content. Now, I have to mention that technology has been teasing us a bit on our shows this week. We are live, so anything can happen on our shows and has happened on our shows. Our issue this past Tuesday, if you watched Tipsy Tuesday, we had some stream issues, and where the video was a little choppy. I think the sound came through fine. Those are the things that is totally out of our hands. That's the streaming. We have a streaming company, and unfortunately, sometimes the streams are perfect, and there just are days where they are not, and there's nothing we can do about it. So we just kind of truck through it, keep pushing forward.
We're more upset than you are.
And believe us, yeah, we take it very, very personal. So then I also noticed that some folks were having issues with the sound during 1 Yard Wednesday, which really was out of our hands as well. So whenever you can see that you are having maybe some sound issues, but a lot of other people are not, then it's not on us. Believe me, when we do, and every show we do, we have multiple people watching on every device possible. We have people watching on a phone, on an iPad, on an Android phone, on a non-Apple tablet, PC computers, Apple computers, anywhere you can watch. And we are there testing it beforehand, making sure everything is working. So if we say that the sound is fine, there's nothing to fix on our end. So it must be something happening with your device. It could be your internet. And I just can't, I have to try and fix things for you guys because I want it to be the best experience for you. So I did a deep dive on Google and started looking at things. And so there's something different when you're watching a live stream versus just videos on your phone. So there is something, and I can't describe it because I'm not a tech expert. Believe me, I'm not. But there's something about video coming through a different channel than the sound is, so the sound can be garbled. And honestly, I actually have experienced it on my phone sometimes when I do a FaceTime that my sound gets garbled for just a little bit. It's something about the sound catching up with the video. And the advice I saw is make sure all of your software is updated. Make sure your phone or your tablet has the newest updated software. Maybe turn it off and reboot everything. So those are the options that I have for you. If it's still not working or still you're having sound issues and nobody else is or very few other people are,
throw your device out the window.
Maybe it's time for a new computer. Also, if you're watching on the computer, it could be that your browser needs to be updated, all this other stuff. So Wednesday, we didn't have anything. However, perfect pairing on Thursday. Yes, we did have sound issues, and we knew that. And you saw that on the show that we knew that, and we were trying to fix it during the show, during the live.
Yeah.
And that was hard because Mr. HP was not physically there. Andrea was running the show, and she did so good. The girls did so good managing that. And the sound became better in the end. But you will notice if we are having issues on our end, we will try and fix it. So please just show us some grace. If we have an issue on the sound and you see that we're trying to fix it, we're apologizing for it, we don't need little snippy comments. So that's just going to add to our stress. But it all worked out. That was actually such a fabulous show. So if you can, of course, go watch it back again on YouTube. And yeah, there's times where the sound is a little hard, but I heard it fine.
That's called sometimes it's janky.
It's just a little janky. Sometimes. Yeah, it was a little janky, but you know what?
Happens.
Figured it out in the end. Got it all of it to work, and some of the content they had on there was awesome. One of the things that Kara talked about is something that I just remembered I haven't really shared much with. She was talking about her Yazzy bags. She loves handwork and taking stuff along. And so, speaking of Yazzy bags, we both have them and use them. So I wanted to show you mine that I use every single day. I have both, I have a bag, my thread, the thread bag. So this one is my thread organizer, the larger thread organizer. So this is where I keep all my threads. Here in this sewing room of mine, since it is so new, I have all of my colored threads in here. Both the small spools, I have some large spools and more large spools. There is even one more pocket in here that I can add to it. But this is just where I keep my thread because, I don't really have space to store it. I don't really have many drawers to store it. So this bag is in a drawer. I pull it out, and so everything is organized. All the thread is protected from dust and sunlight. So I love this. So I have it organized by colors, easy to find. I have my 40 weight, 50 weight. I love it. So this is my thread. And then I have another one that I actually bought at a show. We met the creator, the founder of the company.
She's great.
Miss Yasmita. Oh, she's a hoot. She was funny. Oh, she is so funny. But she's awesome. It was great to hear this backstory on her bags. And I got this one for my jewelry for traveling. So we don't have this one in the store because our distributor didn't have it, but I think I will add this one. So I have, for traveling, I have some of my jewelry.
Why didn't you show my bag?
Well, you need to show your bag.
Okay.
I love this one because I can have just everything organized just to grab to go to a trade show or if I have to travel. I'll put my favorites that I'm using in here, and then there's some separate loose bags. There's a little loop here for rings too, and yeah, this is just great. It's all contained. I can pack it up, And I love that it's kind of square, so it just really fits well into a suitcase. So check out some of those Yazzy bags. They are just so awesome. We love everything organized. I love if I get good tools to keep me organized. That's the best thing. Best thing. All right, so earlier this week also on Thursday, that was our Valentine's Day, and our little Valentine's love gift to you all was a free tutorial for the take-along pillow. Miss Colleen did an amazing tutorial to make this pillow out of the Puffin Bay panel. So now the free pattern instructions are found on our website under free patterns. You can just put that in your cart. And then the video, there's a link right there in the video like in the product description, but you can also find it on our YouTube channel. For the whole video, you need kind of both the video and the pattern together so that to make that. But it was such a great tutorial for me. I'm not one that likes to make these putsy things, as I've said so many times. Zippers, pillows, anything like that. I love having it, but I tell you what, that technique on making those the zipper, having the zipper on the bottom of the pillow form, it opened my eyes, because that's something I've just like thought about doing. I'm like, no, that's too hard. So think about that, even just that technique in the video, having just a single fabric and having that zipper on the bottom, attaching it like that, sewing it right sides together and turning it, it's like perfect. It will take no time at all to make pillow covers. So that's something I'm definitely taking with me, something I learned from that video that is going to benefit me, and I'll actually make them. So check that out, please. Did you get your bag? Oh, you got your bag.
And my bag.
Yeah, you got to explain how you use your bag, your Yazzy bag.
Here's my bag. Hanging on my shoulder. It hangs.
Is your purse or is your purse?
And I have my glasses. And I can put my phone in there. And it's just awesome. I love it.
And your like chapstick and your money, your cards, everything is right there. It's handy. I'm telling you.
It's okay for the guys to have a bag.
Yeah, it's because now you don't have to have your pockets overflowing and dropping stuff all the time.
No, I hate that.
Whenever he would sit down, like stuff would be on the floor, on the couch, wherever he was.
Yeah.
Just leaving stuff everywhere. How many
Mr.
times did
HP.
you have to get a new driver's license this past 2 years? I think 4
I lose
times.
those.
He just used to lose them all the time. Now they're in there.
And this is the most important thing of all. We won't talk about it.
No, this takes a whole show if we're going to talk about the lip treatment. All right, but let's talk about fabric. We have 2 great new bundles that I really am excited to show you. Reason being is that this is something I'll be doing a lot more of. These are based on art gallery fabric lines, but these are purely curated by me because I picked the best out of the fabric line, and then I added a bunch of great basics to it. So it's a really nice balanced bundle and exciting, unique bundles. So we'll start with one that's we're calling it Hazelwood. Hazelwood is the name of the line that I have most of the fabrics out of. And this is the main print that really inspired me. It's kind of a dark charcoal-y black, but it has a hue that has a lot of green in it. Also a lot of green in the florals. Isn't that a beautiful, beautiful print? And so this is the main print. This is where I chose the rest of it. And so here are some more from the line. So it has these beautiful greens. These are a range of greens. So we have the really deep kind of brownish olive greens, and then the bright forest green below. And so then I chose a deco stitch that would just tone really nicely, pull up some of the olive with it. And then the next fabric is also from the line, but here we have the more browner tones of the green, a lot more olive, more yellow in it, and then that peach color that is throughout that first print, and then you see more of the peach. Another print from the line, a little bit charcoal-y green with those olive leaves. I love the bird nest, and the little eggs are kind of that pinkish peach color. Then there's a floral, also with that charcoaly greenish base, but lots of green in here. And then you can see more of those warm tones of the peach, of the clementine color coming in. So then we switch the colorway. So we have this is kind of the darks, and then we switch the colorways, bringing in more from the line, this beautiful peach tone on tone with little leaves. And then another from the line. I love these mushrooms with the green, the gold, and then beautiful tangerine color or clementine. I don't know really what you would call that. I added one of the new floral elements in this peach color. And then we go a little bit darker. So as you probably have noticed, I love a shade when there's a shade difference. So this brings out some of the darker tones. This one is also from the line, beautiful green leaves. And a little bit more muted, darker and muted, also in the line. A little directional, kind of acting as our stripe. And I finished it off with another deco stitch, the Red Desert deco stitch, so the darkest hue of the reds. So this is Hazelwood. I just love the tones of it. I love the variation, the gradation of it. So I hope you like it too. So let's check out some of the fabrics I pulled to go with it. I'm going to start on the darker end with that darkest hue. This one is called Dimples Dark Olive. So probably looks a little black on screen, but it actually has kind of an olive green hue to it. So it's a great fit with this line. And so is one of our newer deco stitches called Volcanic. So it's more like a charcoal, a very warm charcoal, has little green to it as well. So then we have a green. I love the spatter in the dark green because it brings some of the darker greens and the lighter greens together. A little bit of a diagonal plaid action with this one, distressed light green. And then we have grunge in the juniper, has the more muted tones of green. And I have another grunge. It's called Golden Delicious, but it has a lot of green in it. It's kind of perfect with this olive hue that's throughout. So those are kind of the green shades that I picked for the more pinkish, peachy colors. I'm going to start with the lightest, with a crimp autumn. Goes with the lightest tones. More yellow with a deco stitch and the soft apricot, which is also a newer deco stitch. A light peach with the canvas and the melon. And then going more into the redder, the dry brush and the persimmon, a great fit. And then finally, one of the new Flights of Fancy in the cinnabar, a really nice muted hue, but really gorgeous. So I would put all this on kind of a neutral background, probably a white, like a little off-white though. I love this seedling. The color is called Longan. This is one of our new basics as well. Has a little bit grayish hue to it. So I love this one with it. And then a perfect accent, a color that's not in here, but it is speckled throughout, would be a gold. And so I love this floral elements in the honey mustard, also from Art Gallery, and would just work great. Some of the yellow mushrooms, some of the chanterelles, beautiful color. So this is the gorgeous, gorgeous Hazelwood. Something that is unique to GE because, like I said, I curated the bundle myself, but just love the unique prints from Art Gallery.
You're so talented.
I am?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you. This is just, like I've always said, it's one of my favorite things to do. So love this one. And I have another one for you that I also put together based on a line from Art Gallery, and that one is called Dusk Fusion, and it all starts with this amazing print. Just beautiful. This print is called something. Oh, it doesn't say on here, but I love this. So it has a really kind of a dark navy with a purple hue base, And then it has these mauve-ish, light pink colors, a lot of purple, like a plummy element to it. So this is just beautiful. So I decided I wanted a real ombre bundle. So I pulled some from the line. So here's another one in that deep kind of blue, but you can see how much purple there is in this print. Nice tone-on-tone texture. We have a stripe in that plum, but I love the lines in it have that light lilac color. And these colors are so in right now in clothing and home decorating. Then we have, this is a basic I added in there, one of the seedlings. It works perfectly in here. And then we have the beautiful small floral that kind of gives it some zing and playfulness, bringing all the colors into it. And one more on the darker end of it would be this print. I love the plum, a little bit of kind of wine color, boysenberry, whatever you would call that, and a beautiful texture underneath. I added a deco stitch that has more of the lavender hues to it, so it kind of transitions well. We have another print from the line that is in that area with kind of the mauve base and beautiful flowers. Then we have floral elements, lightening things out a little bit, and a nature element. Beautiful. I love that it has also some neutrals in here, a darker tone and a lighter tone. A Flights of Fancy, basic. And then finishing it off with one of the prints from the line, beautiful small flower branches on this light peachy mauve background. So this is Dusk Fusion. Isn't that gorgeous? I love the light and dark element. I actually already have some ideas for this because I just have to make a quilt out of it. So we will see what happens here. But I think it's so beautiful, such a soft, romantic colorway. So in right now. So let's start with some of the dark blues, throwing in some dash flow in the blueprint. Perfect match with the deepest tones. Some other possibilities would be Provisions in the indigo or Dimples in the midnight hour. Very deep blues. For some of the more kind of a reddish boysenberry type prints, I would do either the deco stitch raisin, great fit here to blend things, the floral elements in the mulberry, or a grunge boysenberry would bring kind of a little more zing, a little more red to it. We have in basics, we have actually the seedling. This is the hot blueberry. This is the actual print here. So if you wanted more, we have that. And then also the Flights of Fancy and the mauve, which is right here. And the deco stitch and the lilac dusk, we have that right here. So great way to have basics to add in if you want a little bit more. But two more prints I wanted to include. The bumbleberries and the mushroom, which has kind of ties them all together. And then also the spectrostatic and the wisteria. So for a print to tie all this together or a background, I would go kind of a more antique white if you wanted a light background, because you can still see the light mauves in here, but it's not so harsh as like a white. What
is the mulberry?
Huh?
What is the mulberry?
Mulberry. Oh, this one, the floral elements, mulberry. Yep. So that's a art gallery. The deco stitch is art gallery, and so is Seedling and Flights of Fancy. Beautiful. I cannot wait to play with this some more.
What quilt can we make with this one?
Well, you can do so many things, because you can do something that's light and dark. You can do any of the 10-inch square. Jewel will be awesome. I'm all of them. I can't choose. There's hard to choose. Of course, my brain always goes to something new, so I can't really tell you that one, but I don't know. This
Tell
may
us.
be.
Tell us. Tell us what it is.
This may become something new, or it may become a Nikki, our retreat pattern.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think it'd be a great Nikki too. It would be an awesome Zoe as well.
There you go, folks. You heard it.
Oh, I don't know. It'll be a great Kira. I don't know.
Oh, jeez.
See, I just keep naming them. I just confuse you if I keep doing that. I just confuse you. If you want me to say what quilt would you make with this, and I start naming and I end up with 12,
Hazelwood
you're just going to
well?
be as confused as you were in the beginning.
What about Hazelwood?
Hazelwood has kind of the same elements to this. You know, you saw this as kind of, even though it's the same kind of tone, it's still lights and darks, so you can really pair them together and get great contrast. Hazelwood is more like a two-color way with the peaches and the greens. So that could also, you can use those to contrast each other in the same block and not have to add anything. So lots of patterns that will work great with that. Lots of patterns. And you know, I've talked about, I'm redoing my my matchmaking series later this spring. So we will be airing those later on, probably April, May or something like that. So some more insight into my color brain, I guess I should call it. But any questions on those? Do you like the idea of me kind of creating very unique bundles so it's not just all from a line, or would you like it all to be from a line? I think I've been training you to not be afraid to throw all kinds of things from your stash, you know, color club, any of those things to really make your quilts more interesting. Is the Zoe pattern available to purchase now? Yes, it is in my Stripology Mixology book, the newest one, Stripology Mixology 3. So that's where you can find the Zoe. It's also a part of our class packs. So our class that we're doing, it's running right now. You can still purchase that. It's video classes, and you get the pattern with that as well. So either way. Will you be at QuiltCon on Saturday? Yes, QuiltCon is happening next week. We are, of course, going, and we will be there all the days. I have a lecture on Sunday, so if you're still there on Sunday, please come see me. I'm a little bit afraid that people will be gone. I think it's at noon on Sunday, but it's just a little mini lecture in the kind of main area, so yeah, come find us. We'll both be there. And of course, Nancy and Kara will be there as well. So Andrea will be there too, taking photos and stuff. So
Geesley will be there too. And
Geesley will be there. Yes, he's driving. He's
famous.
Driving everything down.
He's famous.
All the good stuff. All right, let's pick a winner. Do you have a live winner? I hope you've been good about commenting throughout the show. Forgot to remind you. Maybe the cappuccino martini is to blame.
Tofu dinner.
That sounds good.
Drum roll, please.
If I sit like this, it looks like I have a triangle on my head. Robin Pack. Robin, you're our winner. Sorry, I got sidetracked. Please send an email to help@GQuiltDesigns, and we'll get you your $25 gift card right away. And thank you all for watching. We, of course, will be live Tipsy Tuesday this coming February 21st at 4 p.m. If you watched Tipsy Tuesday this last week and saw my tip of the day about machine binding, it's kind of part 2 on Tuesday. So make sure you tune in. I've gotten a lot of feedback from that tip. And so check it out. Happy Friday show next week. That's going to be February 25th at 12 p.m. Central Time, live from QuiltCon. So if you're at QuiltCon, that's 11 a.m. We'll be live for Happy Friday. It'll be a different type of show.
Wow.
But it'll be fun. It'll be fun. So that's it for us. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Happy Friday. February is just zipping by. I mean, is spring coming? Can we say that? Can we say that? I guess not. It's really cold.
Careful.
It's really cold up north, so I'm not going to say that yet. But have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you next week, everybody. Skål!
Bye.